Hey everybody, welcome to the first season, and first episode of Retro Survivor. I'm literally shaking. I got the nervous shakes. Or I'm just so excited for this first season. So how this is going to work, if you've ever seen a reality show or you've ever seen Survivor, so we have 10 contestants that have braved coming on our island today. And they're trying to win a shot at $50,000. Just kidding. We don't have any money to give away. Maybe one day. But right now, they're just getting bragging rights. We are going to announce the Retro Champion by the end of this season. And if you've ever watched Survivor or Big Brother or any of these shows, how it works is that we're going to evict one of these contestants off of our island every single episode. But I'm not going to evict them. I don't have producers that's telling me who to evict. It's you guys. You're going to vote real time each week who you want to evict. And we're going to have a time for you to chit-chat amongst the chat, and you guys can make your claims, make your arguments, and who's got to go and who's going to stay. But every week, somebody's going to get in a boat, and they're going to leave the island. So without further ado, I wish we had some B-roll of some of these contestants living on a farm. You know how they do in American Idol? I grew up here. I wish we had a backstory for each of the contestants, but we don't. But I am going to introduce all of them one at a time. Here we go. So for the first season ever of Retro Survivor, we have Spanky's Quest, Kirby's Dream Course, golf game, and a Nintendo character game, Super Godzilla, which was my last review on my channel, by the way. Kid Clown and Crazy Chase, kind of the wild card in the race. We got SWAT Cats, the Radical Squadron, Tiny Toons, Buster Bust Loose. And if you've watched my channel for a while, that's probably the first raving negative review that I've had. And look, guys, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. On a normal show, the host is very objective, and they're just saying the facts, and they're just going to present as is. Well, this is not that. I'm going to be subjective. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think, who needs to go, who needs to say. Now, at some point here, after I introduce everybody, and I'm going to get to that, we're going to have a time where I'm going to play one of these 10 games. So maybe about 20 or 30 minutes, I'm going to play one of these 10 titles, and then during that time, I'm going to have the chat pop up. And then you guys, hopefully, you can ask me questions if you're just curious about who I am or my journey of playing retro games, you can ask me stuff. Or what I really want you guys to do, and I want to see a war go off in the chat. I would like for you guys to make claims of saying, what are you talking about, Jake? Buster Bust Loose deserves to be here. They've sweated, they put in the work, they deserve to have a spot on this island. It's too early for them to go home. Or somebody says well, First Samurai is just a normal action platformer. Why are they here? And then somebody goes, normal action platformer? What are you talking about? What they did and I hope that there's some interaction and you can make your case during this show of who should stay and who should go. So that's what I'm hoping. But anyway, back to the introductions. So we have Tiny Toons Adventure, Buster Bust Loose by Konami. Then we have Super Adventure Island, number 1. Then arguably an RPG, arguably not, Super Adventure Island, number 2. Then we got First Samurai. Lastly, but certainly not least, Michael Jordan, sleeper pick, Michael Jordan, Chaos in the Windy City. One of the first reviews I've ever did, one of the strangest reviews I've ever done. You can go check it out on my channel. And you might say, how did he pick these contestants out? Did he have somebody scope them out for him? Did he just draw names out of a hat? Well, if you've been following me for a while, all 10 of these contestants have been on my show. I have reviewed them all. So maybe after this episode, you're okay, well, I know for sure who I want to evict first. I got that. SWAT Cats, terrible, they gots to go. Maybe you know that, but maybe you're I've never played Super Godzilla. Have no idea what it's about. Seems cool. I'd like to know more. You can check it out on my channel. All of these games have been reviewed. That way you can get smartened up for the next episode and you know how to vote, who to evict, who to keep. Maybe you binge watch all 10 and you say, okay, I now have the knowledge. Jake has enlightened me as a mediocre gamer and I know who I'm going to pick next week. So that's the idea there. Okay, so I'm going to have a time where I'm going to play a game in the game that I got queued up. And you know what's a good idea? I hate when I figure out an idea when it's a little too late because I don't have it set up right now. But a good idea is that I got a video game, or I got one of these retro titles queued up, and it's Kid Clown and Crazy Chase. I think this is one of the strangest games. I've never heard of it, but it's actually pretty decent. And I'm going to show you guys here in just a second. But I think there should be some kind of way where like you can message me or like another voting system where you can maybe ask me like, hey Jake, why don't you play this title next week? There's got to be some interaction there. I'm going to think of it. If you think of it, put it in the chat. I'll try to do it next week. But I got Kid Clown and a Crazy Chase queued up, so we're about to play that. Then, after I play it for 20 or 30 minutes, again, I want you to have your case made. Like you say, okay, guys, this game's got to go. This game's got to stay. Like, if you've watched any reality show, there's a lot of politics going on behind the scenes. A lot of conversations behind closed doors. And that's what I want you to do. Find somebody else in the chat and be like, hey, look, this is the first episode. There's probably only 2 or 3 people watching. If we're on the same, if we're jiving, we can probably eliminate. And look, here's another. See, it's all strategy. There could be one on here like maybe you think Kirby's Dream Course is like that's a threat. Well, if you've seen any of these shows, you got to eliminate those threats early. So maybe get somebody in the chat and say, we got to get rid of Kirby's Dream Course. If we let that sucker linger around, he's going to be the last 2 or 3, and he's a strong pick, strong competitor, and he's going to wind up winning the whole thing, and I'd rather my game win the whole thing. So it's all a strategy thing. There's a bunch of politics going on, and I hope that happens in the chat. Now, after I play for 20 or 30 minutes, what's going to happen is I'm going to have a tribal council. And you know it's really serious because I got tiki torches on both sides of my screen. So you know it's serious. And then I'm going to host this tribal council. And the voting's going to be open. Now, I wish YouTube had more than 4 options for me to have this voting right here in YouTube, but they don't. So I'm going to have a straw poll. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I'm going to pin the comment. And this is where it's interactive, and I need you guys. Now, if nobody votes, I'm just going to evict somebody. I'm just going to pick somebody. But what I would like in a perfect world, you guys click this link, think about it, pray about it if you got to, and then you make the decision on who has to leave the island. And you guys are going to vote. It's all up to you. And then after you vote, you can see the live results. Now, you can just keep watching the live results the whole time. That way you know the winner. Or you can vote, close your eyes, get out of it, and say, I'm going to let Jake present that to us. And I'm going to do it in the most dramatic way possible. I don't have cue cards, but I'm going to say 1 vote, First Samurai. With 2 votes, Super Adventure Island. And that's how we're going to do it. And then we're going to evict somebody. So 20 to 30 minute gaming piece. After that, the voting is going to be open. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes. I'm going to go over the titles one more time. Maybe make a subjective case because I got my own opinions. I got my own thoughts of who should go, who should stay, and then give you guys a few minutes, and then the votes will be in. At that time, it's over. There's no going back. I don't know why I have an X there. Hold on. Let's take the eggs off Super Adventure Island. If that was a Freudian slip there. I don't think he should hang around too much longer. But anyway, so that's how this is going to go. And season 1 has kicked off. So the 10 contestants are ready. They have arrived on the island. And now we play the first game. So here we go. Kid Clown and Crazy Chase. I got it queued up. Let's go. I'm going to move the camera a little bit. All right. Kid Clown and Crazy Chase. I got it. Look, OG hardware. I think I was going to skimp out and do something. No, we're going OG here. Let's make sure game's up, controller in hand, vibes are good. Let me scoot over to the middle of the screen, get my mic ready. Now you guys are about to see why I call this channel Jake Dice Again. You're about to get a first-hand experience of the pain in which I have to live through every single day of being a mediocre gamer. You guys think, oh, that's just like a fun joke that Jake does. It's kind of like his shtick. It's not a shtick. It's not a gimmick. This is real life. It's real pain that I go through. See, I would like that I could just play a game once, play the whole thing, give a review, and be like, man, one try, play. It don't work like that. This is a multi-hour session. Look, this game, this is actual True Pain. True Pain, sorry, this is like I'm not actually playing yet because they're doing good. So True Pain is when I spend about 3 or 4 hours on a game and then I go look up a long play and it's about 45 minutes long, and that really hurts. So you guys are about to see Jake dies again in true action. You know what else we need? We need a counter on the screen to say how many times I die in a session. We need a counter. Every time I die, it goes up 1. Or somebody in the chat, somebody keep up with it. If I die X amount of times, let me know. I would kind of be curious because I know the number's high, but I know it's going to hurt me to see how high. Okay, so if you see Kid Clown in a crazy chase, I shouldn't have pressed start. Just to make the case to begin with that I think that this pick should probably stay at least 1 week. If you have been through just the story of Kid Clown in a crazy chase, it has I will say, it has the same gimmick of, okay, a princess has been kidnapped and you got to save her. I get that. You're saying that's been done a million times. Totally understand. But it breaks the fourth wall a few times. It plays into that. It's laughing at itself. And it actually is pretty good. I think the comedy's good. It's not just something that's corny. It laughs at itself. It's got that it kind of has a Scream vibe where it's it knows what it is. And it's pretty good. I think it does a good job. You can check out my review for a little bit more. Okay. Banger start title right here, by the way. Look how good that looks. Okay. Kid Clown and Crazy Chase. I'm already sweating. I know that I'm just about to be embarrassed. But here we go. We got to do it. Pull off the Band-Aid. Everybody's about to know. Let me turn up the volume. So this is Blackjack, and so you're having to save the... Oh, I forgot I gotta stop. Hold on. Okay. So you have to stop, and you have to pull down these little balloon parachute things. Okay. No, cylinder. Okay. And this is so hard to control. Very loose controls. That is a negative about it. That's why I'm running from side to side like that. Oh my gosh. These red HP. Look at all the animations. And I made a point in my review. See, I missed those 2 balloons. So you're trying to get, on the bottom left, you have 4 little slots right there. You're trying to get the 4 suits in a deck, which I don't really understand, because if the enemy's name is Blackjack, wouldn't you try to get 21 and not 4 suits of a deck? But anyway, you gotta get 4 suits in a deck. They're gonna be randomly in one of these little balloon things. See, there you go. Once you get all 4, now that was the first one, so I haven't missed one, so that's actually a good thing. God. So once you get all 4 and you make it to the end, you have to beat the bomb there. So on the very bottom left, you're going to see a long fuse and then me running. You got to beat the fuse and get all 4 suits, and that's how you stop the bomb. And there's 4 or 5 levels that do this. And that's how you progress. So to survive this, all these cartoon death traps, and get all 4 suits. Oh my goodness. So to do all that with these controls is almost impossible. For me, at least. There's everything in this game is trying to kill you, by the way. I thought I could get that one on the run. Didn't happen. Alright, we're going to jump over. Got the HP. Live to tell another day. Live to see another day. Missed another one. Okay. See how I dodged 2 or 3? Alright, guys, if you got ideas on the 10 previous titles, think about who needs to go. So we have Buster Bust Loose, we have Kid Clown in a Crazy Chase, we got First Samurai, made Blackjack look foolish right there. I'm trying to see, I'm currently beating the fuse, but I'm going to have to go back because I missed 2 of the suits. That was bad. I didn't die, but I did miss 2 of my 4 suits, so that's not good. And what stinks is you don't go back to where they think the suits are or where they should be. You have to start completely over, and you're about to see that. Okay. Let's try this one more. We got some HP. What a nice gift they gave us right there. Alright, don't miss this one. Let's go real slow. Oh, great. That's gonna... Oh, I thought it was gonna come back down and hit me. Guys, don't let me miss this next one as the log runs me over. I told you guys it was going to be painful to watch. I really did. I warned you all. I literally jumped in time. This is the pain of that I go through. I was trying to jump over. It was funny as a kid going, because, you know, if I couldn't beat a level, I would just hand it to my older brother, and I would say, all right, it's your turn. Get me past this level, that way I can move on with my life. And I always said to myself, self, once you get older like your brother, you'll be good enough to where nobody has to help you. What a lie. Because I still need help. Look at this. This is awful. I promise this game. Oh, man. This is not going well at all. See, I played it 4 or 5 times when you first saw the review video. So I already kind of knew where all the traps were, and I was like, I was in the zone playing it. But now, just coming off the cuff, I'm obviously way worse. So you're like, look at it, Jake. You're not even having any fun. Why should we vote with you? You got a good point. So one of the main gimmicks in this game, obviously, is all of the animations. There's an animation for every time he gets scared, every time he gets hit, I missed it again. I knew I was going too long, so I was trying to speed up. But there's an animation for everything. You're going to see in the next level, there's one that's actually pretty comical. Okay, that's the 3rd suit, so I just need one more. And hopefully I don't miss it this time. If I have to go slow, I got to go slow. Well, no, now I'm behind the bomb. Oh, my HP's down. This is not good. Come on. Oh, I was focused on the... How did I miss that one? What in the world? 2 coins. Of course, it was the one I missed. I think that's going to be it, too. Luckily, that bomb kind of pushed me forward a little bit. Oh, I'm out of HP anyway. See, the counter would say 1. Jake dies again. Game over. No continues. You just got to start from the beginning. I promise I'm going to show you guys a different level here in just a moment. You do get 3 lives. Okay. Okay. I do remember that now. Yes, I'll continue. I'm not going to rage quit just yet. Maybe after 2 or 3 more deaths, I will rage quit. Okay, guys. Be thinking in the chat. Chat is live on the bottom left there. If you got an idea of who needs to go, who needs to stay, go ahead and put it out there. If you got a question for me about my life as a retro gamer, why I like retro games, why I chose the Super Nintendo first, where I plan on going with the channel next, drop it off in the chat. I got the chat pulled up on my phone. I will be able to see it. Just go ahead and put it in there. I will say this. It's not going to be a pretty chat. And I asked, just with all of life's questions, as most people do, I asked ChatGPT, and I said, how do people make the chats on their stream look pretty? You know, because I didn't want it just the raw YouTube chat. I thought it was just going to be too boxy and just not good enough. So I go to ChatGPT and I go, hey, me again. Need some more life advice. How do I make it to where it looks good on my live stream that's coming out? And it pointed me to stream elements. I was like, okay, that sounds professional. Sounds like they've done this a time or 2. I'll check out stream elements. Anything to make my chat look good. I go in there, and that was the biggest waste of time or scam. And maybe I just don't know how to do it, don't know what I'm doing. But it was not user-friendly at all. I don't know if anybody else has had the same experience as me. I missed another balloon. I don't know if everybody has the same experience as me, but it felt like the biggest scam, super hard to use, and I was just very, very frustrated with it. So after working on it last night for about 2 hours, that's embarrassing enough just to admit, on a software I'm not even using, But I finally gave up. I threw in the towel. I said, it's just too much. Like, I'm a mediocre gamer. I'm going to be a mediocre streamer because unless somebody else tells me how to do it or walks me through it, or there's another software out there that's better. But everywhere I Googled, it said that Stream Elements is the way to do it. So, long story short, you have a very normal chat today. Hopefully in the future, these axes. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. And now it's all roaring back to me. Here's what I did. I got to each balloon. I came to a complete stop. That way I wouldn't miss them. I say as I miss one. I come to a complete stop. Make sure I don't miss it. And then proceed forward. And I think that's what I did. Also, this is a different TV. You know, I got to have my excuse ready. This is a different TV than which I played earlier. So let that be known. Why does a puddle slow you down that much? Let's be real about it. Yes, I'm missing 3. So I actually got worse. Imagine that. I got worse. Here's what I'm really curious about. If we keep going with this season, is how long there needs to be. Not saying that you guys should bet. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm curious to see what a bet on Michael Jordan would be to win it all. I'd be very curious to see that. And look, you guys almost made me miss the first one. Actually, you should have made me miss the first one because that was a waste of my time. Oh yeah, I'm getting better. Look at that. Conquered the log. See if I can conquer it again. Oh, okay. Complete stop. Didn't help. See, okay. I knew it was going to be in the first one. So the thing about this game is that, and I should have remembered and I didn't, is that if you grab the first one, that typically it's not going to be in the one of the first balloons because it's going to be the second suit, which is later in the level. So I should have done that. I shouldn't have grabbed the first ones. Didn't remember it until right now. And then you got to wait for him to get his head out of the sand and continue to go. If this reminds you of anything, I would think that this game, it's a totally different setup, I know, but it should remind you with all the animations of Bubsy. I feel like Bubsy's whole gimmick was we're just going to make a ton of animations and then we're going to laugh at ourselves. And to be honest, it's kind of a hot take, but I think that Kid Clown does a little bit better with that story. And then it seems like Kid Clown, crazy enough, feels like it has more animations than Bubsy, which is wild. And you'd see more if I can get past this dang first stage. But I don't know if that's going to happen. I said I was going to completely stop, and I didn't. But it's going to be the last, since it's the last suit, it's going to be one of the last balloons. Okay, what do you guys, I don't typically watch streams. I just felt like I needed to do this because I thought the Retro Survivor show was a good idea. But I don't typically stream. I really don't know what people talk about. I could just tell you funny things about my day, or because that is unfortunate. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I do work full-time for a living, which is why I'm not more funny on the internet. I do have an X account, so you can follow me on X. And when I have time, I try to post funny content on there. There's some good content. So if you want to know a little bit more about me, I do post on X. And one of the things that keeps me up at night, really, is that I'm not funnier on the internet. And man, that really does bother me because I know that I have good lore and I know that I have crazy. I missed the 4th suit. We're going to come back. I'm going to get it, I promise. It really does. I feel like I got the lore. I feel like I got the stories. I feel like I got the storytelling capability to, be funny on the internet. That does bother me that I don't have time. So, but here's the thing. If we get Retro Survivor and we get it to blow up, and we get you guys talking about it, we get you guys sharing it, I could be a full-time YouTuber and I could have time to be funnier on the internet. But in the meantime, I just have to carry my job on my shoulders with my humor in the workplace. So that's who gets to see it as of right now until the show takes off. Remember, guys, that the last suit is going to be one of the last ones. So that's why I'm skipping all of those. That's part of the plan. You would think, Jake, if you're not focused on the balloons, why is everything still hitting you? Well, yeah. You would think that having one less thing to do, I could still avoid damage, but not happening. Get flattened right there. All right. Hey, that's okay. We got time. I knew that one had HP. I felt it. Okay. We're going to go slow. I missed it. I hit the E brake right there and still was too slow. All right, guys. Now I think it's a little too early for it to be the fourth suit, but we're not going to take any chances. I'm going to start opening them right now. That way you guys can see a little bit different gameplay and not just level 1. Bomb blew up in my face. Okay. Ooh, y'all saw that. Give me a streaming deal. I cannot get that one on the right because there's a bush right there and I always try to jump off. Okay. That's probably going to be it too. We're going slow. I ain't going to miss this one. That's for sure. HP. That was it, probably. That's not it. Come on. No, did I miss it? I'm ahead of the fuse. Take your time. Don't make any more mistakes. Don't miss any more balloons. I'm telling you it was that one. It had to be. That was it. I knew it. Anybody got some clubs? Oh, I cannot believe I did that. See, this was not, the name Jake Dies Again was not a joke. It's a cry for help. That's what it is. It's a cry for help. Okay. Back. Same thing. I promised this time. Jake, you promised us last time we'd see area 2. I promised this time. This time I'm pinky promising. You're going to make it to level 2. Here we go. Fun fact, I've never made it to, I think there's 5 stages on this game. I have never made it to stage 5. I would like to have the time to go back and play this more so I can get there. And I've only made it to level 4, stage 4, one time. It's a pretty difficult game. And not that like, obviously there's no big bosses or anything crazy. It's just that everything in this game is trying to hurt you. It feels like a Looney Tunes game where like, there's just a million things, an anvil falling from the sky and a piano is the only thing it's lacking from literally everything trying to kill you. So it is difficult in that way. Plus the controls, they're intuitive, sure, but they're very loose controls. Like they're not very tight or responsive. So that's because I hit the E-brake, I'm telling you. I will slam on those brakes and then I'm still running and it's still got a little drag to it. So you have to like really be paying attention. When you got a game with drag to it, like I just mentioned, to stop on a dime is almost impossible. And of course, the one I get, bomb. I really do hate to see that. Okay, there's going to be one on the right. That's the one I missed. This is going to be it. Guys. I knew it. Okay, now we just got to beat the fuse. Beat the fuse, don't run out of HP, and we are cooking. Okay. Uh-oh, is this on my highlight reel? What? Dang. I don't know if you guys played sports. There's such thing called as huddle, like that high school football players would have. And I remember huddle, like that's where you found all your highlights. This would be in my huddle account. This would be in my YouTube compilation of all my best moments right there. Didn't even get touched at the end. And then you see the level complete, which kind of makes it look good. Okay, stage 2. You're going to see my favorite animation in this stage as well. I'm telling you, I think if you add them all up, he's got more than Bubsy, which is insane. I don't know if they were going for that, but that's what we got. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Fire hydrant. I should have known that was going to explode. Sewer. I was about to say, somebody's about to pop out of that sewer. Okay, hopefully I didn't go too far with this balloon. First suit, looking better than last level. Okay. I am behind the fuse though. Not good. I know you need to step on the springboard right into a whatever that was. Okay, come on, be careful. HP. Hey, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. We'll take it. Beggars cannot be choosers. Okay, here's a mini game. I've actually only seen this one time. Now I've seen it twice, and that's how long it lasted. I've seen that mini game, and I've wanted, like, even for the review, like, it happened so fast like that I didn't catch it on film. And I was like, all right, guys, this game's got mini games. You're not going to see it in the review because it was so quick and I wasn't filming and I've never been able to get back there. But I promise it has cool mini games. And sure enough, I get to one and don't take advantage of it. All right, that's the second suit, so we haven't missed one. Now we're going to go try to find the third one. Hopefully we don't have to restart. Let's hit this. We go over there. Okay, don't mess up right here. Okay, the next one. Oh, did I go too far? Nope. Didn't have anything in it anyway. I don't understand games like this that have coins. Same thing with Bubsy. I do not understand games like this that have coins. Fire hydrant. Oh, now the balloons move. Great, because I wasn't already missing all of them anyway. I got the moving balloon. Had a coin in it. I really don't understand the ones that have coins in it because it's like, who cares? Like, we're just trying to beat the game. We're just trying to beat the game. We're out here in the trenches. We're fighting for our lives. We don't care about coins. Nobody's going to ask you, what was your Kid Clown score? They're just going to ask you, have you played it before? Favorite animation. He dodges him. Blackjack runs out to the street, gets hit by a car, and Kid Clown's just like, oopsie poopsie. Hate that happened. Favorite animation. Guys, we got 3 suits. We might just mess around and go straight to level 3 right here. That's what's crazy. Alright, we are on going to level 4. Level 4. Level 3. We got all 4 suits. That's the 4 I was thinking about. So we got 4 suits. You see the timers on me. I'm good. Oh, why is this animation so long? Go, 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 go. With 1 second left. Let's go. That's how we do it. I just clutched that out, guys. It did not need to be that close, but I made it that close and I still got through. Game over. I didn't make it. What? That definitely still had 1 on the clock. That was a buzzer beater. What? Chat, somebody back me up on that. I definitely... Wow. That's my luck, though. That's what happens to a mediocre gamer. See... Oh, gosh. That crushed my soul. On stream, too. At least I got witnesses that I actually completed level 2 right there. We're going to get to level 3. I'm going to have to grind from the top. I guess that would be start from the bottom, but... Oh, goodness. And I missed the dang fire hydrant. I don't know how you really dodge them. I guess you got to jump before you get there. That's how you would dodge them, I would imagine. Okay, first suit. Look, we're just going to make this like a cakewalk. So that's the other bad thing about this game. Is like damage can pile up on damage. Like right there, I didn't even get through with my animation, and I got hit again. and then sometimes like a bomb can hit you from behind and then put you forward. Okay, here we go. Mini game. The weight's on the right. Don't hit the right one. Oh, this is. I don't know what you win here. I don't know what you're. Oh, I'm nervous. I am. No! Ugh! Like, it's happening so fast, and I'm telling you, like, I'm pressing the diagonal controls or the D-pad, and it's like when I press it, it doesn't respond for like a whole nother second. So you barely have any time to respond. That just. I want to see what happens like when you pass the minigame. I would imagine you get an extra life or an extra continue. I would imagine. Oh man, that would have been so nice to get that in front of you guys. Been my claim to fame. Second suit. We're heating up. Okay, let's see if we can go find this third one and then not have it be as close as it was last time. I want to say all these are going to be coins, if I remember right. Yep. Where's the third one? Come on, guys. He's not allowed to move the sewer system. Like, how's that possible? Jump over the fire hydrant, and then that made me miss a dang balloon. Jumping over the fire hydrant made me miss a balloon. And you know the one I miss is for sure going to have a card in it, because why would it not? That just bothers me to no end. Okay, third suit. Oh, perfect. Didn't miss it. We're just going to jump over that sewer since apparently he can move the entire sewer grid system. Okay, don't miss this balloon, Jake. Slow down. Take your time. We got a coin. Love that for me. I love how you got to play Frogger in the streets right here. What are you supposed to do? The animation hits you into another car. Who's flying wheels through picket fences like that? Let's be real. Okay, I'm currently ahead of the fuse. Just get the balloons, Jake. Get the balloon. Okay, fourth suit. Fourth suit. Come on, come on. Jump over the fire hydrant. I literally jumped in time. I don't know how else you get over them. Kick the bomb. Nothing to it. There's the fuse. We got the key. What is the key to? Don't know. Never finished the game. And see, it's just like, that's why I want this game to stay in Retro Survivor, and I don't think that it's his time yet, because it's so intense. And I'm so focused in. Like, usually I'm kind of pausing the game. I'm checking my phone. You know, I'm trying to force. Oh, wait a minute. We got a mini game. Hold up. I've only seen this once too. Let's lock in here. Now, in real life, I am an air hockey menace. Okay, I just missed one. I just put a little heat on it. I'm getting brave. Why is he not messing up? Oh, man. I know that there's an extra life behind there or an extra continue. And I just fumbled the bag. Now I'm just going to have to go through with one less continue on. This is like level 4. Okay, so when I got to level 4, I only had one continue left, and I've never seen it before. Obviously, I'm going to die one time. But if I had enough continues or I had a few tries, I feel like I could get through level 4 a lot easier than Area 3. Area 3 is tough. You guys are about to see it. There are some little lava contraptions that... There are some lava contraptions, like, I have no idea how you get around them. No idea. And, like, you can't jump. You can't stop. There's nothing you can do. You just got to go through them. I missed the dang balloon. All right, see, like those, you can time those. They are really difficult, but you're going to see here shortly, there's like a wall of lava. And see, look, an animation can hit you to another animation for like some combo damage, and there's not a whole lot. The isometric perspective there just whooped my butt. Very hard to see depth perception in this game. And there's no guardrails, so you have to balance going 100 miles an hour, running full speed with loose controls. Really difficult. Can't miss that. That's the wall of fire. How do you get around it? Like, do you have to stop and wait? You keep doing that all game, you're not going to make it in time. You're just not. Okay, see? I stopped. Almost hit that boulder. So I guess it can be done, but it's just... Okay. The blue one, I think you have to get this blue one right here because it flies you down. Yep, that's right. Okay, we're going to make sure we don't mess that up. I know you guys are seeing my health. Oh, I thought I was going to get that balloon, and then it's going to have some HP in there, and I was going to be golden. Oh, stop. I pressed the up on the D-pad to stop, but it just stops you like a second too late. I think I'm out of continues. Do I have one more? Please just give me another chance. Okay. We're in it. We got another chance. We got more life, guys. So, talking about being funny at work, fun thing that happened today. I'll give you guys a story about, because if I'm watching a streamer, I want to know, I want to see their gameplay skills. I want to see them do the thing in which, we got this in common. We both like retro games, you guys and me, so we get to enjoy this together. But at some point, I want to know who Jake is, or like whoever I'm watching. So I'll tell you guys, fun story from today is that, so at my office, I'm the only guy at the office, which if you've ever been in that situation, fellas, if you're the only guy, if you don't have a security officer, you basically are the security officer because equality, you gotta check things out. So out front in our parking lot area, there was a sketch car, a mysterious car. And when I say mysterious car, an image probably just came into your mind. And that you would be exactly right. That's what it looked like. It looked like a very mysterious car. And it was just parked out there, and 10 minutes led to 20, which led to almost probably close to an hour. Them wall lavas. Probably led to an hour. So then obviously, girls in the office kind of sketched out, thinking somebody might be scoping the place out or something. So I missed a suit. Dadgummit. So this don't even matter. I can make it to the end. It does not matter. I have to replay the whole thing. And to get to the end of level 3 is just so difficult in and of itself. So I'm probably at the end of my rope here. But anyway, so they're thinking they're scoping the place out. So of course, I'm going to take care of my coworkers. I'm going to go check it out. I go out there, and not to be the nosy one, I'm not like this, but there's nobody in the car. The car's running, but we never saw anybody get out of the car. So logic would dictate somebody is in the car, unless it's the Headless Horseman. So I get a little closer to the car, knock on the glass, peer into it first. I don't just immediately knock on the glass. I peer into it. There is a... No! Wait a minute. Did I get out of this? I'm like running on... Okay, hold on. Got some health. I might make it another round. Got the third... Okay. Sorry, guys. I will finish this story. This is important. Come on. Now, that one did blow up in my face. The other one I beat. I understand that I messed that one up. So it's over. So anyway, I look in there, and there's like an old man laying in the driver's seat. And he's kind of giving me this look. Conked out, right? So I could see him breathing. He's asleep. I got it. So, like I said, I wish I had more time to be funny on the internet, but let me go ahead and go to the confessional scene. Go ahead and go to that as I finish the story so you guys can see the titles in which we're discussing today. So we'll go ahead and go here. You guys can be reminded of the contestants in which we are voting for today. So he's conked out, right? But I see that he's breathing, so he's just taking a nap. So it's no big deal. And I had two choices at that point. I could run into the office and say, hey guys, there is somebody outside and they're sleeping in their car. No big deal. We'll go wake them up. Hopefully they can find some place to get some rest. I could have just handled it calmly like that, but where's the fun in that? So I went inside and I boldly, confidently said, hey girls, there's somebody dead out in the parking lot. I don't know if they're dead. It would seem as though they are no longer with us. And I said that confidently, and of course they're like, and I'm like, we can call the sheriff's department. Hopefully they can come over here and we can start an bit. And then I let it go. I let it breathe for a little bit, let them freak out. And then eventually I'm like, nah, I'm just kidding. He's got to be asleep. I did see him breathing. I saw his chest moving. Turns out it was somebody that was on a long road trip and got really tired and just kind of pulled into our parking lot because I guess our parking lot was just the place to go and had to sleep it off. So no big deal. But see, it's just like stuff like that, like in the office. Like, why be boring every day when you can just like put a little bit of humor into things? So I wish I could do that on X. I wish I could do that on my YouTube channel a little bit more, but I work full time until you guys invest in Retro Survivor, invest in this channel. You guys make it what it is. Word gets out there, and then I can do it full time. Okay, Retro Survivor, here are the 10 contestants. And guys, I don't know if you know this, but this is tribal council. So this is very serious. And you can tell that it's very serious because I got 2 tiki torches beside my face. So that's how you know we're getting down to the nitty gritty. The stakes are high. So we're going to go through Retro Survivor, the 10 contestants. So we have Spanky's Quest, which is a weird, quirky little platformer. I don't even know if I'd call it a platformer, maybe a puzzle platformer. And people really like this game. Like if you were to look up reviews on YouTube or just Google it, people really enjoy this game. I thought the difficulty curve, of course, for me, thought it was a little too high. Probably wouldn't vote him out this week. But I don't think he's going to win. You got Kirby's Dream Course, Sleeper. I know I've said that 2 or 3 times, but this is one that I know people really like. I was ready to come into the review and be like, you guys are overhyping this game. You guys are making too much of it. I thoroughly enjoyed Kirby's Dream Course. A golf game. It's actually probably more golf than it is about Kirby, but it's a really good game. Super Godzilla. Look, nostalgia is a very powerful force. It is. And there are a lot of Super Godzilla fans out there. And I would imagine there's going to be 1 or 2 in the chat that is going to bring this one to next week. This is one that I don't think is going to make it through the competition. I feel like eventually somebody's going to take Super Godzilla out to pasture and do what needs to be done. I don't think they have the heart to do it on week 1, just knowing these contestants and knowing this island, but I think that he is on a timer. I've got to be honest. Kid Clown and Crazy Chase, you just saw it. You might have never heard of it before, but now you've seen it. It's got some good, got some bad. Controls being number 1, that is bad. Very loose controls, kind of hard to steer. But the good thing is, I'm going to pull my chat over here, that way I can see it, just in case somebody does want to pop off. So, Kid Clown and Crazy Chase, the good thing is that, here, let me go ahead and I'm going to paste the voting poll. So, if there are any of you in the chat and you want to vote, I'm going to, let's see, let's get a link. Let's put it in the chat, and you are more than welcome to vote. Straw poll vote is now in the chat. So while I'm talking, think about it, pray about it, go talk to somebody, use a lifeline, do whatever you got to do. Now is the time that you can go in there and you can vote on who needs to be evicted. Again, I can only see like 1 or 2 people watching. I'm going to keep doing this because it's going to go to my channel, and I want other people to watch it. Like, let's say season 2, I actually get a few people watching. I want them to be able to go back, see our roots, see where we started, and then watch season 1. That way they can binge it. They'll probably I don't know if you've ever done that. For me as a Big Brother fan, going back and watching season 1 of Big Brother, it feels like, I I can't even describe it. It feels like the most, like they were just thugging it out in a dorm room, and there was just, they had no resources, no money into it. It looks like it was made with like when you say a shoestring budget, it looks like $7 made that whole entire show. It's crazy. So I would think that when people watch season 2 or season 3, if we keep doing this show and people want to keep doing it, they're going to look back at this and they're going to have a fond, like proud moment. And they're going to say, man, look at where it started and look at where it is now. And for those of you that have been here the whole time, you can be like, I was an OG. I was there on day one. But anyway, back to Kid Clown and Crazy Chase. Good things, bad things controls, good things, ton of animations. If I'd have kept going, you would have seen even more. But of course, Jake dies again, strikes again, and I kept dying. So, and also, title screen looks amazing, graphics look good. I think the opening story is better than most. Like sometimes you don't even get a story, you just get dropped off in an action platformer or a platformer, or I don't even know what you'd call this, a racing game. Sometimes you get dropped off and you just got to accept it for what it is, and you just start playing, and you're like, okay, I must run right and reach the end, and that's what I know. But this one like sets up a good story, breaks the fourth wall a few times. The jokes actually land in the beginning of the text-only story, and for all of that, I think it's really good. I like the replay. I just feel like the difficulty is a little too high. That's a con. But, and also here's the con. Let's say that you are better than me, which most of you are. Let's say that you're a really good gamer. You can probably beat this game, honestly, if you just played it through and you didn't mess up. Longer than 45 minutes, an hour. It would take you an hour, and like that's just, if you go back to the days where you had to like rent a game and have a game for a weekend, and you're like, man, Kid Clown and a Crazy Chase, that sounds weird, and like, that's something I got to try out. Because, I mean, with a name like that, why not give it a go? And you rent it for the weekend, and let's say like you actually have above average skills, and you beat it in an hour, I don't think you would get your money's worth, and I don't know if you could return it. So, also a negative. Now, you got to weigh out those positives and negatives. This is about you, interactive show. Hopefully people are going to respond in the chat. Somebody's going to vote. Even if there's one vote, that's who's going to get evicted. If not, I'm going to just put these 10 names into an AI program, and somebody's getting evicted because we only have so much food on this island. We only have so many days on set. People got to go. We got to come to a winner. Hopefully more people log in later episodes. So next off, we have SWAT Cats: The Radical Squadron. This was a surprise to me. They had a lot of ideas in this game. They had like this wall climbing. They had a weapons upgrade system, which is, usually like a Contra or something like that. They have different weapons you can pick up. But the way, like you leveled up, like in a role-playing game, an RPG, like you leveled up your character, and once you leveled up, you got better stuff. And like that's wild in an action platformer. So, and also like this, I didn't realize this until I posted that review on YouTube, but SWAT Cats has a major following, or I wouldn't say major, a very dedicated following. So if you are one of those dedicated followers and you just feel really strongly about it, this might be the time that you need to speak up, because it is a weird game. It does have flaws. It's not polished. And like if you just went to a top 50 or a top 100 Super Nintendo games, it's not going to be listed. So you're in danger. Your dedicated followers, which it can happen. You guys can be on the same wavelength, and you guys can vote, and you guys can make it stay. And then once you're in the top 3, who knows what can happen then? Now, Tiny Toons Adventures Buster Bust Loose. Again, I'm a subjective host. I'm going to tell you my honest opinions. I hated this game. I absolutely despised this game. It felt like the controls did not want to cooperate with me. I didn't understand them. It felt like there was a lot of floating involved, and I didn't understand the dash mechanic, and I just got really, really frustrated at this game. And it wasn't even like a difficult and like, man, this boss fight is really difficult. I need to like get better at it, play it again. But it's just a little out of my reach. I feel like I could be honest in that, but it was just frustrating. Not, man, let me play one more time. Let me see if I can get, a little bit further in this game. It was just frustrating. Just whole thing frustrating. I know I'm in the minority in that. Like, if you go back on my channel, that is the most disliked video I think that I have because I gave it a negative review. And I think that's the only one I've given, and people really like it. So, again, you have to vote. You got to vote. Because I could say all this, and you can say, well, screw that. It's a good game, and I'm going to vote. And then I have to read the votes honestly, and I got to say, Tiny Toons is going to make it one more week. It's up to you. It's not up to me unless nobody votes. But here's the thing, though. And you know what? I'm going to make this a staple. I'm going to say this every single week. You can only complain, and let me tell you something about me. I love to complain. I really do. It is one of my favorite hobbies. I genuinely like complaining. So, if you like complaining like me, the only way you get to complain is if you vote. That's the only way you get to complain after. If you vote and then your game gets voted off, you can say, guys, why you just had something against my game. You've never even really played it. You just heard Jake talk and you didn't even know it. You didn't even watch it. You just didn't want yours to, and everybody, maybe you could say like people conspired against you. Maybe you can come up with these excuses. Maybe you can say it just got a bad name for itself and nobody really dived into the game. Whatever. You can complain. But if you don't vote, if you don't even vote, how are you going to complain? You can't say, well, that's on you guys, because no, it's on you. It's on you. You can't complain. You can't have it both ways. So you're going to miss out on some good complaining if you don't vote. So the next one, Super Adventure Island, and I just thought these games were fitting. We are in Tribal Council at Retro Survivor on the island around a campfire, 10 contestants sitting around. What better title than Super Adventure Island, because that's what we're on here at Retro Survivor. Again, I'm kind of going through the contestants. Now would be the time that you go through straw poll, you go cast your vote. You don't have to make a login. You don't have to make an account. You don't have to do anything like that. You simply have to press the link, go to the straw poll, and vote. That's all you got to do. No setup required, nothing extra, just vote. You can even vote in the chat if you want to. I'll even let you, on episode 1, I will let you throw something out in the chat. You can vote. Super Adventure Island. Super Adventure Island 2. Now, for these two games, there's going to be probably a divide. Because I think Super Adventure Island is based off another game from the NES. So if you're nostalgic for that, you would say this is more like the OG. This is more original Adventure Island. So this, and for what it did for the Super Nintendo, and for what it was, this needs to stay. Or you can say everything that made Super Adventure Island great was built upon with some RPG elements and some open world exploration. All of that was on Super Adventure Island 2. That's far the better game. That needs to go. We know that it's going to beat Super Adventure Island anyway in the end. Go ahead and vote him off this week. You could say that. Again, hopefully it is up to you. First Samurai. So this is a action platformer. I thought it was really good. Only bad thing about it is, I don't know if you guys have ever played Ninja Gaiden or Ninja Gaiden. If you guys have ever played that, the kind of running joke behind that game is the enemy respawn rate is outrageous. Outrageous. And I just played Demolition Man, and give you a sneak peek if you're watching this live. You're watching this live show. That's going to be my next review, is Demolition Man. And I would say that Demolition Man, I'm going to say Ninja Gaiden first. Ninja Gaiden first. First Samurai is going to be voted second. That has the second worst respawn rate I've ever seen on the enemy side. If you think about turning your head the opposite way, an enemy will respawn and hit you in the back. So that is the number one con, I think, about First Samurai. Good thing is the hit detection is great. I think the fact that you can lose your sword, beat somebody up with your bare fist, earn your sword back is an excellent mechanic. Not sure what other game does it. Really, really enjoyed that. Because for me, as a mediocre gamer, as somebody that dies a lot and loses what they have a lot, it's nice for me that I get the chance. Like, just give me a chance. Give me the chance to fight back. And it does. Other games that go, well, you lost your life. You used your continue. It's over. Where's the grace in that? Where's the grace? So in First Samurai, you get a little grace period. You go, okay, you've done bad. You're not that good. Here is another chance for you. You get to have another chance at fighting back and getting your sword. So I really enjoyed that. I thought the background, like graphics was good, the immersion, like the world building immersed me very well. I'll say it that way. Michael, oh, sweet baby Jesus. Michael Jordan, Chaos in the Windy City. If you guys have never played this game, I don't think that I can describe it to you in the time in which we have today. It's a very different game. I'm going to be honest. I like to watch reviews of other games, just to let you know a little bit about me. I like to watch reviews of other games after I've made my own review. I don't like to see what other people said that's going to influence my review, that's going to like make me sway one way or another. I like to play it, and then if I'm playing it and I can pause and I think of an idea of like, hey, here's what I feel about this game in this moment right here, I'll pause, I'll write it in my notes app, I'll write it down, and then I'll keep going and I'll keep doing that. Or I get to the very end of the game or the end of the night when, it's bedtime, and I'll say, okay, here's all of what I'm feeling right now in the moment after playing this game. So that's how I like to do things. And then later on, I like to see the reviews and say, okay, well, like, let's see where I stood with everybody else. Like, let's see if other people liked it and I didn't like it. And, I think it's fun to see the differences in that. So I'll do that. So it was kind of interesting having not watched a review on this game. I knew that it was going to be a little bit different, kind of like a Shaq Fu thing where, like, Shaquille O'Neal went to, I think it was Japan, and then like he learned karate, and it was like this whole little storyline at the beginning. It wasn't long; it's a very short storyline, but it was just outlandish, I guess is the term. So I thought it was going to be maybe a little something like that, but since he's holding a basketball and Michael Jordan is just a little bit more serious of a person than Shaq, I did think that it was going to be mostly about basketball. I thought, like maybe he meets a giant that gives him powers and he's just really good at basketball. I thought. Nothing to do with basketball. Nothing. He is holding a basketball and his name's Michael Jordan. The only thing it's got to do with it. So, very interesting game. Some people enjoy it, and I think it's because it's different. So, if you're one of those people, you need to make it known in the chat, or at least don't vote for it. If you're probably one of the majority, you say, look, guys, let's be serious. There's no way that Michael Jordan is walking out of this with confetti at the end of this island. There's just no way that his name is going to be announced winner with jackpot $50,000. That's not happening. Let's just pull the Band-Aid off. Let's just get rid of him. Let's go ahead and do what needs to be done. You might be thinking that. So this is your opportunity. If you want to vote one way or another, go ahead and vote. I'll give you guys another few seconds. Let me go ahead and pull up my straw poll. So that way I can see the results in real time. Hopefully somebody will vote. Again, if not, I'm going to do a random AI. Somebody's going to go, and then we're going to be left with 9 next week. Hopefully we got some more. We can get the vote going, and this is going to be completely interactive. I don't want no part of it. I want the people to decide. So 10 contestants, tribal council, here we go. Somebody go ahead and vote. The link is in the chat for straw poll. 10 decisions you got to make. Now, look, this is the time. If you have seen, again, one of these reality shows, this is the time, like, right before eviction night or right before, like, I know. So I've seen Survivor, like, a few times, obviously. That's why, I called it Retro Survivor. But the one I'm more of a fan of is Big Brother. Like, I watch that one pretty regular. And it's interesting, like, once a vote comes up, that's when, like, everybody's making deals. Everybody's in the back corner. Everybody, like, is whispering and having these hush conversations. So now would be the time to say, hey, we got to vote. Like, the time is now. So what kind of deal can we make to get Buster Bust Loose out of here? What kind of – Jake obviously, but, like, it's the worst game. What kind of deal do we need to make to get Buster Bust Loose out the door? Like, I'll help you next round. You help me next round. I will do whatever kind of deal you got to do. You make your decision right now. Votes are open. Votes are open. Okay. Tribal Council about to end. Not going to give you guys much longer. If you feel passionate about retro games, passionate about Super Nintendo games, this is where you can this is where your voice can be heard, right here on what you think. And when it comes down to the end, when that winner walks out and it's your winner, you can say, I had a part in that. I was the voice for that. I had the vision. I created the strategy. I had a game going into it, and I completed it, and now my winner has won. And then later on, hopefully, we can have enough seasons to where, like, this champion is forever going to be a champion. But then we can have the champions all lined up in a season of Survivor. We put the champions next to each other. So that's something we can do in the future. Okay, a few more seconds. If nobody's voted, again, I'm going to go random AI. And I hate to do that. I really do. Because I swear to you, if y'all are watching and y'all don't vote, and then I type in to Grok or ChatGPT, pick a random number, 1 to 10, and I got them numbered 1 to 10 on the back, and that's how I know to put an X on them. It's actually listed like, so Spanky's Quest is 1, Kirby's is 2, Super Godzilla 3, so it goes in order. And if it says, actually, which one do I want to keep? I like First Samurai a lot. I like Spanky's Quest is pretty good. Honestly, I would probably, out of these 10 games, Dream Course or First Samurai is going to be my picks. And I swear to you, if y'all don't vote, and I go into Grok, and I go into ChatGPT, and I press enter, and I see a number 2 or a number 9, I'm going to lose it. I am. I'm going to lose it. And you guys are going to be to blame. I'm just kidding. I really do appreciate you guys. But go ahead and vote if you can. If not, we're going to move on. Let me update these results just to see if anybody has joined us. Okay. Results. Let's see who would bite the bullet first week. Pulling up the results right now. Okay, we have 1 vote. That person is going to have, this person has so much power right now. 1 vote, and that's who's going to get evicted. I said I'm going to let the people choose. I gotta stay true to the game. Gotta stay true to the game. All right, 10 more seconds. Go ahead and get your vote. The link is in the chat. Link is in the chat. Live results. Man, I had a feeling it's going to be interesting. If somebody votes in the next 5 or 10 seconds, it's going to be very interesting to see if it's going to be a tie. 1 vote and another vote. If not, I already know who's going home. And I kind of figured it. I didn't know if it would be week 1. I didn't know if it would be week 1, but here we are. Okay, I'm going to end it. Let's go. Votes are in. The voting has ended. So we now have, let's see. Should you want to delete the poll? Votes will be removed. We are deleting the poll. Poll's been deleted. I already have the name written down. You know I'm telling the truth because if you were to vote, you can see the results right after you vote. There was only 1 vote. And guys, I hate to say that. Actually, let's make this a little more dramatic. Can we? Let's make this a little more dramatic. I got a dramatic sound queued up. Here we go. me light one of these tiki torches. So, guys, after the first episode, we have one vote. And that vote, and after you hear this vote, contestants, you're going to have to pack up your stuff. You're going to have to take down your hut. The boat's going to be here in an hour, and you're going to have to leave this island. And you are no longer in the running for a Retro Survivor champion. No longer in the running for the fake $50,000. And you must go home. Dreams are going to be crushed in the next moment because you are all deserving to be here. I have played you all. I know you all. And you're all deserving. I wouldn't have put you up here. Well, yeah, I would have. But you're all here. And you've come a long way. And you spent your time. You took off work. And you're part of the island. And now I have the tough responsibility of letting you know who's going to go home after just the first week. Not even long enough to get your fire hot and you have to leave. And that first person is, here we go, Super Adventure Island. This is where I played I need another sound effect. It's like dun, dun, dun. And then we all kind of like sit around our campfire. And now at this point, we all get up and hug. Me, Super Adventure Island 2, First Samurai, you guys in the chat, everybody watching. We'll get up, we would hug Super Adventure Island, would say, it's been so nice getting to know you, so nice getting to see you, and I hope the best for you and your family. And then we kind of just wait and look at our watches, and we see the boat's going to come in about 45 minutes and pick them up. And that's going to be a hard goodbye because even though it's only been a week, I just feel like being a part of this with these contestants so far has just been, it's almost starting to be like a family is what it is. So, man, that's tough. That's a tough hit. I knew it was going to be at some point. I didn't think this early. It kind of caught me by surprise, if I'm being honest. But, man, thank you guys so much for watching. If there's something that you want to see in the future, you want me to tell more stories about my life or what's going on in personal ways, or like how I got into retro gaming, or you want me just to talk about the game, just shut up and don't talk about any of that, or you want me to maybe give some more back and forth about our contestants, maybe have a little bit of backstory behind them, I can do that. I want this to be interactive. I want this to be your guys' show, and I want you to have fun. Like, the reason that I started this show is because I've always wanted something like this as a fan, and I've been waiting for somebody to do it. And I'm like, you know what? If nobody's going to do it, I'm going to do it for those that are like me, wanting something interactive where I can contribute to a retro gaming show. Where I'm not watching some big AAA production that looks like every other production, and I have nothing to do with it, and they just want all my money and they don't give back. I want something that's going to be like grassroots, low to the ground. We can interact. You pick something, and then we can chat and talk. So that's what I want. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Again, if I'm going to give you can always go back and watch this live. I'm going to have it on my YouTube channel. But, man, go back, look at these 9 contestants, take the next week, maybe take some time to play these games if you have not played them. That way you have a better educated guess on where it's going to go next, and you have a little bit more knowledge. Think about it. Message your friends that watch my channel or other subs. Put in the chat, put in the comments, hey, guys, this is what we should do next week. Do your homework. If you don't have time to play it, I have like 5 to 10 minute reviews on each of these games. I can smarten you up really quick on what these games are like. That way you can make a vote next week. Same setup. So, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Also, you can put in the chat who you would like or what game you would like for me to play next week in our gameplay session. So, thank you guys again. Really do appreciate it. And I will see you next week at 4:30 Central Standard Time, 5:30 Eastern Time. Again, thank you.